Okay, here's a look at the E-mini S&P for Thursday, September the 23rd, 2010. Well, we were looking at potentially the 30 area as offering some sort of support. This was yesterday's profile. It did dip below that, so we knew that the 30 had kind of quite possibly run its course. I had mentioned that up here around 36 or 37 would be good resistance. Now, the market in the overnight trade only made it up to 34 and change, and then of course had the big sell-off. So when it opened in the regular trading hours today, it opened there and had a really nice run up into that 30 to 33 area. It reached 32, so it came back into that 30 area that I just mentioned, where it topped out and then came back down. So pretty volatile market here when you consider that we basically closed here yesterday. Market went up, down, up, and down. So that's quite a bit of movement. Um, so let's we also of course use the market profiles from the regular trading session. Here is our software today with our trades, and as you can see, we had a number of them triggered, or even more set up than actually were triggered. But just so you can see them here, here are the trades that were triggered early in the day. Of course, they were all long trades here. We had one short one there, and then we had a few short trades here as the auction started to work its way lower. A short trade here was a beauty, another one here, another one here, and these other two were pretty late. So obviously we're not going to take every one of these trades. Oh, sorry, I lost that. Okay, just put them back in there, see them a little bit better here with the red squares for the short trades and the green circles for the long trades. Not all of these trades obviously were taken. We're only going to want to take the trades. So the trades that we were taking, obviously we want to take these long trades here. All of these long trades here you can see were with the green filter. So now in the case, like for example, this trade here, this very first one, triggered at this price. The market didn't get back down to that price until much later in the day here. So in that red filter, not going to be taking that long trade. We did get into our first trade here. We actually had two of them here. They were a point apart. If we had managed to enter them as one, it would have worked out nicely. But because they were a point, and not less than a point, because when they're less than a point apart like that, we merge them together and enter on the average price. But in this case, because there was one tick difference there, we ended up by getting in on the higher price, and unfortunately we're stopped out on that trade. But the market kept on rallying, and we had a beautiful entry here on that second trade right here. So that second trade worked out great. Had a nice bounce in here, hitting our first and second objective. And then the third trade came in here, and you can see this blue line came across. We actually got filled right here on that trade. So this was the first one, second one, and the third one. So second one came up here, hit our first and second objectives. The third one here, you can see that we have this short trade right here, and it was just barely triggered. However, in the green filter like this, many of our traders would not take that particular trade type, and there's some good reasons for it, other than just the fact that it's triggering a short within the green filter there. So at any rate, holding on to that and coming in here gave us a really nice profit, and then another opportunity to get long here where the market bounced and hit both of our first two objectives and were filled on the second objective of a point and a half. Now you can see this grouping right here of all of these short trades. The first one here was not taken. This was within the green filter. The second one here, we're actually still in that trade, so it wasn't taken either. This one could have been taken, but it's a more aggressive trade being in the neutral filter. However, it was a strong trade type. Regardless, though, the market went sideways for too long, and it turned out to be a break-even trade. So then the next trade over here that was actually entered This trade, some of our traders would have gotten into it, some didn't. As you can see, it just hit our price right there and then sold off quickly. And then this particular trade, you can see here's our entry here, and of course I didn't have until about the last bar, so there's no trade there. And so this trade over here, right in here, was a very nice trade. As the market was actually entered that one at 19, it dropped down to 17.25, so easily hitting our first and second objective. So quite a robust day of trading, and we're able to get some good profits out of it, even though we did get stopped out on our first trade, a long trade. We just got nicked on it, and then it had another really screaming rally up. There was other reference points that we could have used, obviously, on that from our stop standpoint. The market was fairly volatile at that time, so using a 1.5 stop just happened to work out to just be a little bit too tight a stop in that particular case, even though we have the ability to adjust that when the volatility reaches a certain threshold. It just didn't quite do that today. But all in all, still a nicely profitable day of trading. So we're really monitoring this market here to see if it can get up to around the 26 to 27 area and probably get good resistance. Also some good resistance still around the 30 area. Other than that, we're looking that it could possibly come down and test into the 06 area, which it should find some support, but we'll obviously have to wait and see for that. So anyway, that'll be it for today. Any questions? We're at info. It's a little obscure there, sorry. Info at eminidaytrader.com is the way to contact us. So thanks for taking the time to view the video, and we'll see you again tomorrow.